Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Louis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Alrighty, Impact Wrestling. There are a lot of free agents out there, a lot of top free agents out there, big names that a lot of people are saying that they would love Impact Wrestling to bring in. Ember Moon, there's Bray Wyatt out there. There's lots of big names. Tony Storm out there. There's Nixon Newell, who I was just talking about as well. And there are other big names out there that people keep saying, they would like Impact Wrestling to bring in, and that's fine. But in addition to the big names, the established stars, Impact Wrestling needs to be looking to bring in new stars, new talent. Recently, we've seen Aiden Prince. Don't know if Aiden Prince is signed with Impact Wrestling, but we've seen him make his return to Impact Wrestling. So that was great to see Impact Wrestling bringing back Aiden Prince. They just recently signed Speedball Mike Bailey. He's quickly developing into a top star at Impact Wrestling. And there's one guy right now. There's one guy on the indie scene right now that Impact Wrestling should be taking a good, long, hard look at. And they should be really, really, really considering bringing this guy in because he is going to be a superstar. In my opinion, he is the best guy on the independent scene right now, the best talent on the independent scene right now. And Impact Wrestling should be taking a good, long, hard look at this talent because he's mega talented. He's a natural in the ring. And I'm talking about Alec Price. Alec Price is just a phenomenal wrestler, a phenomenal talent. He's the current Limitless heavyweight champion, Limitless promotion on the East Coast, Limitless Wrestling, big promotion on the East Coast, and Alec Price is their champion. Alec Price is a mainstay at Beyond Wrestling. You can see him on the Wrestling Open, Blitzkrieg Pro. You could see Alec Price. As a matter of fact, Blitzkrieg Pro just last week, I watched Speedball Mike Bailey, who I just mentioned, Speedball Mike Bailey one-on-one against Alec Price, and it was a freaking match of the year candidate. Alex Price is the best wrestler on the indie scene today. My opinion, you might feel differently than I do, which is fine, but in my opinion, Alex Price is the best wrestler on the indie scene today. Him against Speedball Mike Bailey at Blitzkrieg Pro, as I said, match of the year candidate. It was absolutely tremendous, and Impact Wrestling would be absolutely nuts if they didn't do what they had to do to bring Alec Price in, sign him to a 3-year deal. Alec Price is going to get he's going to catch the attention of Tony Khan and AEW very soon, and you're going to start seeing him on AEW Dark very soon, unless Impact Wrestling makes the move now and brings in Alec Price. I hope everyone here is familiar with Alec Price. If you're not, check him out. If you have IWTV, Alec Price, Beyond Wrestling, Blitzkrieg Pro, Wrestling Open, Limitless Wrestling, check him out on there. And he's going to be he's starting to get booked everywhere now. He's going to be in Dallas for a number of days. WrestleMania weekend, he's booked on every day. He's got a number of matches on WrestleMania weekend in Dallas as well. So Impact Wrestling, they need to bring this guy in. He would be absolutely a huge addition to the X division, a huge addition to the X division. They can speedball Mike Bailey against Alec Price in an Impact Wrestling ring, and if they just let them both go, let them have the match that they had at Blitzkrieg Pro, my goodness, it would be the talk of wrestling. It would be the talk of wrestling. They need to bring in Alec Price. They need to bring in Alec Price. And yes, I know people watching saying, no, they need to bring in bigger names. They need to bring in bigger names so they could increase their viewership. I agree. But they also need to be looking at younger talent. But Alec Price is 23 years old. He could be the future of Impact Wrestling, right? He could be the future of Impact Wrestling. Josh Alexander against Alec Price would be just a fantastic match. Fantastic match. Trey Miguel defending the X Division Championship against Alec Price. the roof would get blown off the building. The roof would get just blown off the building. A rematch, as I said, Mike Bailey against Alec Price would be just the roof would blow off the building, and the building is adjacent to it as well. That's how awesome they Alec Price. I'm making a plea. Don't let him. Don't let Tony Khan. Don't let Tony Khan, catch wind of Alec Price, because he's starting to he's starting to get booked all over the United States now. He's starting to get booked all over the United States now. And Scott D'Amore, Impact Wrestling, Lance Storm, maybe go. Lance Storm should be out there scouting for talent, and they need to bring Alec Price in. Alec Price, you bring in Alec Price. Not everybody might not know who Alec Price is, but once you see Alec Price, you become a fan instantly. I saw my first Alec Price match a few months ago on IWTV. Never heard of him before. But I think it was, I forgot who his opponent was. But it was the first time, I think it was JD Drake, if I'm not mistaken, for Limitless Wrestling. But he just blew me away with his incredible talent. He just blew me the hell away with his incredible talent. And I've seen he's had other great matches against Ace Romero, former Impact Wrestling Ace Romero. He's had a whole host of tremendous matches. I saw him against, I think it was Dustin Waller, another up-and-coming wrestler. They had a fantastic match for the Wrestling Open. And like I said, he's starting to get booked all over the United States now. He's not. I shouldn't say that, but he's going to start getting booked all over the United States, because, like I said, he's wrestling in Dallas for Wrestling Weekend, for WrestleMania weekend. People are going to see him, and they're going to realize, wow, he's such a natural in the ring. He's like I say, he's 23 years old, and he's such a damn natural in the ring, and he's so freaking talented, man. Impact Wrestling. Please, I get down on my hands and knees, but you wouldn't be able to see me then. But please, Alec Price. Please bring Alec Price. And I'm not talking about bring Alec Price in for a BTI match, one BTI match, and then we don't see him again. Sign him. Sign Alec Price to a 2 or 3 year deal. Trust me, Impact Wrestling. Trust me, Impact Wrestling fans, if you're not familiar with Alec Price. Just trust me. Trust me on this one. They need to bring in Alec Price. Impact Wrestling must bring in Alec Price. He would be just a tremendous asset to Impact Wrestling. And like I said, if you don't know who he is, fine. I didn't know who he is when I first saw him. Hell, I didn't know who Roddy Piper was when I first saw him. And he became my all-time favorite wrestler. And and people are like, who's that? Just watch Alec Price. Trust me. Okay, trust me on this one, guys. Shooting Up North, Alliance Pro Wrestling Network watchers, just trust me on this one. I'm sure many of you know who he is. You know who I'm talking about, but trust me on this one. They have to sign Alec Price. They must. They should do whatever they have to do to bring in Alec Price. And it's not Alex. In case you want to look him up, it's not Alex. It's Alec, A-L-E-C Price. So check him out, Alec Price, Impact Wrestling. Don't let this guy. Don't let Tony Khan bring him into Ring of Honor or AEW. You want him in Impact Wrestling. Trust me. All right, so we're gonna leave it at that for now. Anything else breaks, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye, and stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.